Half race distance. 522, 575, 826, 315, 76 and 189. They're 10 at the moment. But the battle is on now between Dale Moon and Steve Gilbert and Liam Rowe. And Jamie Avery coming to join the party, and I think Chris McCuna can do it as well. But the battle is on certainly now. The 302 car holding steady. The 1542 car in second. The 60 car in third. Not quick as Jonny Hoare covers the turn 4 fence. 302, 542, 605, 126, 522. It's like that. Tom Clark is up there the fifth. But there we have it. We have any one of those 5 blue tops could win this. And the battle is on now. No chasing about it. The bumper almost going to be flying in on the back of that 302 machine as the 826 car can't turn the turn to turn 3. And it's going to be a big close. Ooh, every moment there. So the leaders come round. Battle on now for third. It's Jamie Avery taking over third. But 542 and 302, nothing between them. Dale Moon holds on. The 302 car. 542 is right beside him. And it's now a fact paper distance between the two. The bumper goes in and the 542 car doesn't quite make the move. Dale Moon gets clear and pulls another 2 car legs clear. This is certainly going to be a grandstand finish here as they come into traffic. Dale Moon in 302, 542. Now 522 in third and 605 down fourth, and Jamie Avery is dropped well back. Two to go. Dale Moon. Steve Gilbert. I think that dude is now starting to pull away. It comes around this time. 1 to go. Not going to happen. Oh, I don't know. Going to go. Checker flag this time. For 1 to go. It's going to be Dale Moon takes a win from Steve Gilbert in 542. Chris McCuna in third. Liam Rowe fourth. Tom Clark in fifth. Oh, bit of naughties. Justin Fisher fifth. Jamie Avery sixth. Brian Bodling seventh. Oh, wow, what a final that was. Brilliant. But a win and a return to red for Dale Moon.
And that was the case of it. So it was a very good, exciting, good old-fashioned stock car race there. Whether it would have been the same with a rolling lap, we don't know. But certainly it would have been a case that we wouldn't have had as many leaders in that race if it wasn't for that. But certainly a great drive there from Dale Moon. Obviously, if you were to pick a list of favourites, he probably wasn't one of the favourites to win that. But certainly drove an absolute blinder. And he has had very good form round at St Day this year. So, I spoke to him, the usually very shy Dale Moon, after the race.
So, F2 final winner here at St Day, and it's the man from St Austell, as he's lovely monikered the ladies' favourite, Dale Moon, winner of the final. Dale, it's a fantastic race there.
Yeah, it was good. I had a good start. Kept my head down and seen Steve Gilbert closing in the early stages. He messed on corner right, which allowed me to have the gap and keep it.
Yeah, I was just saying, because that was obviously a brutal moment for you, because it was obviously you had Steve on your back bumper and near all the whole race, and you obviously had Liam Rowe behind him, Jamie Avery, Chris McCula. All you blues were on fire today.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bit of bad luck in practice, hit the fence. Because if you start off bad, it can only get better.
Indeed. So you're back to red. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for you again, isn't it?
Yes and no, really. It's more luck than anything. If you get a good start, you can be gone.
Of course, you got all your friends back in the red parade, but it's obviously now it's looking like you could be in contention for the championship here.
Yeah, well, I've had a bit of bad luck recently down here, but it's just, I don't know, really. It's one of those things, isn't it? You have good days, you have bad days, which puts you back up the points charts.
So you're looking at it now. You're going to be starting off the red grade. You've got a brilliant start to the season, obviously with your new car. How's it going? The new car is it dialed in right now?
Yeah, I think it's good. We still still got a few things we can change and alter, but it's the thing, if you race different tracks, obviously it's completely different setups over time. But yeah, it means a lot more, and I suppose it's more of an achievement. It is my own car, built from nothing.
Oh, we seem to have lost Dale there. He was talking about his own car, built from nothing, and that was basically the situation. Let me just give you that clip again, and we'll just spin it on a bit. Sorry about that. It's one of those things, unfortunately, if we hit the button there. So if we pick up Dale again, sorry, these technical problems do sometimes happen on these kind of things. I can only apologise.
You have good days, you have bad days, which puts you back up the points charts.
So you're looking at it now. You're going to be starting off the red grade. You've got a brilliant start to the season, obviously with your new car. How's it going, the new car? Is it dialed in right now?
Yeah, I think it's good. We still got a few things we can change and alter, but it's the thing, if you race different tracks, obviously it's completely different setups over time. But yeah, it means a lot more, and I suppose it's more of an achievement. It is my own car, built from nothing. Obviously winning races is...
And of course, you changed from Pinto to Z-Tech, and you obviously one of the first final words. There seem to be a run of Z-Tech runners in the Southwest at the moment. What's been the difference for you?
Money, really. I mean, just over £4,000 for a Pinto is like
something you can't afford.
Half a year's wages for me. But no, I think the Z-Tech is the way forwards, just as long as they don't allow them to do too much changes to them.
And that was Dale, very, what's he say, forthright and chuffed to bits that he won that race. And, you know, he is very much a limited budget driver, but he certainly does get the results. And certainly with the Z-Tech now, it's certainly brought him back into the game. So, after the break, we'll be heading to Taunton, and we're going to get our clogs on and head over to Venray.
Missed an episode of the FT show? Missed this.
Or a 3-2-1. Perhaps he should have won a dusty bin.
Yes, the spirit of Temp Rogers still lives on. 3-2-1. I'm doing the gesture now.
Heard one-on-one? No?
It is still needed. We are there for the drivers.
What about some of our race commentaries? You missed that?
Both go out! They both go out! Up Michael Scriven takes it! On the line!
Don't worry, you can listen again on Spreaker.com/Stocks Radio, and you can even download and keep them and put them on your MP3 player and listen to them on the way to the track.
Like some people do. Weirdos.
The F2 Show.
There you go. We're back. And, well, with us back now, we're going to be looking at the semi-finals in a moment. Don't forget, if you're still with us, 40 minutes into this podcast, great stuff to have you here. Don't forget, you can get in contact with the usual suspects and usual situation here on the F2 show. That's basically, you can get in touch with us with the Spreaker.com/Stocks Radio. If we're doing a live broadcast, you've got the live chat feature. Also, you have, with the situation, you've also got the Facebook group for Facebook.com/Stocks Radio. Also, you can drop us a tweet at Stocks Radio, and also at Stocks Blog gets my attention probably more than that. Right, we're going to Taunton now, and Taunton was a great weekend again for the Roy Goodman Perpetual Trophy. Now, Roy, as you know, is a good old boy, one of the first Briscoe Formula 2 world champion. He also created the track of Taunton, so there was really no other things at that. There was 3 newcomers, all on temporary licenses. One is Josie Dorr in 907, another lady driver, familiar to many as a Formula 2 driver was her old man, which was was he called again? I can't remember. John Dorr, of course, in 907. He was the last one he finally packed up a couple of years back. And also with John calling time on his racing career, it was a case that he then took on obviously the things with his two daughters, Josie and Kat. Now, Kat obviously is a banger driver, was a former mini stocks champion with Auto Speed, as was Josie. But Josie certainly has got the speed as well. She's been racing at the Rolling Thunder Show as well as Ringwood and Stanlake this year, and has decided to try Brisker Formula 2 for the first time. And she didn't show herself up in many means. In 636. We had David, what was he called again? David something or other. But certainly he was not setting the world on fire. He does need, I think, a few more laps under his belt before he can, a few more practice laps before we can consider that, because he was a little bit hazardous. And we also had the man they call Barry. For one reason why Barry, and he's always known to me as Barry, but for some reason his name is actually Alex. Alex Wills in 406 in the borrowed Liam Rowe car, and we'll get to Liam Rowe in a moment. But certainly, it was a return it was returned to Smethurst for the first time since the qualifying round in early July, and 33 cars were there. Like I say, and we also had a visiting driver in Mark Gibbs, who usually comes down for the qualifying rounds, but unfortunately this year had other commitments. So it was good to see Gibbo down at Taunton for the third time this year, I think he's been down. So it's good to see him, almost a regular. James Ryger was on his first outing since the British Championship 2 months previous, but with the Heat 1, he took the win at a canter, and certainly was no mug in that one. In the second heat, down to yellow, downgraded by Matt Linfield, but he won by an absolute country mile in heat number 2. And the consolation was a last bend attack. Now, it was good old PJ Moss who took blue. He was off the blue top. And then from PJ Moss, who took a blue top, he was going to take his first ever blue top win, but Mark Gibbs decided otherwise and took him after that. But after that, it was a little bit of afters, courtesy of an incident after the in the previous heat with Lewis Geach, and Lewis decided to bundle said PJ Moss into the wall. Now, the Roy Goodman Perpetual Challenge Trophy, Roy was on holiday, so it was being presented by another suitable veteran of a similar ilk and similar heritage, Tim Farrell. He was on hand to do that, but the trophy was led off by newcomer Joe Marquand. But the yellow flags were soon out for a backstreet tangle with Ryan Wadling and Paul Butcher, deciding to go do some naughties and try and vault over the top of the 476 car, which took the head filter, air filter clean off. Marquand then lost the lead to the downgraded Sam Weston, and soon after the resumption, it was he was obviously leading the novice of the year points, and he started to break away from the front. There was another caution as Julian Coombs spun across the Honiton bend, and there was signs of a few bits of flame. So obviously they had to bring the yellows out to deal with that. With the Western continued to lead, but it was only lap 5, but the early yellow flags put James Ryger well into the contention, and he certainly was the quickest car out there, and he took over the lead just over the halfway stage, and that's the way it finished. Justin Fisher came through for second, and Steve Gilbert was third, and it was a very controversial day, shall we say. It would, like I say, with there's certain incidents which we won't talk about because obviously I've got some vested interest in it, but certainly it was a case that it was a very teasy day in the lower grades, and it was Mr. Wodge's door was wide open as per usual. So Chris McKenna took the GM in that one, and that was Smeeth up for that one. Let's have a look at the other meetings that went on that weekend. Now, we also had a midweeker in the circuit at Bellevue, and that was won by, I think it is indeed, Rob Mitchell in 905 took the win at the midweek Bellevue, and that's also completed the full set for George McMillan of all tracks in the UK, and obviously he ticked off Venray and Ireland as well, so he has done the full house. It's kind of like a maximum mini Mossy. And so, also completing his situation on that one is Liam Bentham. He completed his attempt to race at every track this year, and he's done that quite well, limited success. So The 15th at Coventry was a win for Mark Simpson. Yes, Simo took the win at Coventry, and that was most impressive from him. And over at Cowden Beath, it was a win for Gary Syme. Now, Gary seems to be gone off the radar a little bit recently, and Gary's one of those drivers who used to start the season